It's not me, it's you. It's not you, it's them. It's always somebody. Everybody want to point a finger. And today I'm pointing one right back. You. You. What's good, y'all? 2K27 is around the corner. We're doing some deep dives and getting into it. And I want to kind of really just directly speak to you to help you see a little better and understand a little better, hopefully, with 2K27 coming around the corner. If you're new, welcome. If you've been around for a long time, double welcome. Everybody's welcome here. And I'm not taking shots for real. This is more just kind of giving perspective. And I want you to share yours in the comments because this is a discussion and this channel is going to turn more into connecting with y'all directly than anything. All right, so let's get into it. So two things that I want to talk about, well, multiple things for the gameplay reveals already. I did a deep dive into them, so we're not going to actually go through everything, but I want to share a couple things. One of the things that I want to start off with is the Smarter AI shot contest as an announcement. This is pretty much a teaser about deep information that they're going to be doing for gameplay. And to me, this is a community issue that we've had for many years. This isn't recent. This isn't new. Every single year, people will find a way to abuse the AI and pretty much manipulate everything. Okay, and that's just hard facts. I'm sorry. It's nothing to do with 2K. It doesn't matter what they do. We're gonna create something to exploit the AI, unfortunately. And some people will say it's unethical basketball, it's not real ball, and it's okay. I understand that. But in the end of the day, to win is to win. And so people do it against other players. When someone quits, they will abuse the AI. And this has been a problem. 2K said they're fixing it. They want to make the AI more dynamic on defense, specifically for contesting. And my thing is, if the AI ends up pressing me and it's very close, I'm just going to drive right past them and go for an easy dunk. And that's something that we had a couple years ago. I remember the AI were a little frisky, trying to touch you every time. And all we did was just cut to the basket. So smart players are always going to beat AI regardless. I just think there needs to be a more dynamic experience. And if I had to talk to the developers directly, what I mean by that, the dynamic nature is randomization, okay? So making the AI press you a bunch of times and then adjust. If you cut to the basket, they'll start playing a little looser and they can give you different looks, try to go for interceptions, wild interceptions like a player would, things of that nature, fronting you instead of trying to just guard you straight up, like not denying you the ball, doing different things to give you different looks. That's the only way that I will ever feel challenged versus the AI, because I never feel challenged because I know what to expect from them after one or two games. You see how they play more or less, and sure, they might do full court press when the game is close, or they might try to trap you or something during the pick and roll at times, but it's not enough to feel like, oh, okay, this is going to be a big challenge. Our IQ is better. So they have to randomize this. Just like in real life, great players are able to pick apart defenses. This is something that needs to change. And I don't want to try to talk down to the devs that are working on the AI. To be honest, I played games since 1989. I seen bad AI, all right? And then even in the 90s and early 2000s, AI was rough. And 2K came out in 1999 and started making their games, and they've improved in some ways, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're peak. So this is something that I personally would love implemented. I think it needs a lot of change. This year, I don't think it's going to be what I'm saying, but I've said this before and I've shared this with multiple devs and tagged them. I know that they probably don't even want to see my tags. I'm trying not to tag them as much, but I'm sharing it in this video, hoping you guys can share it with them as well. Even if I don't get the credit, it is a mechanic I think can be very critical. Randomizing the looks that you get for individual defenses. See, right now the AI can do a group decision, meaning they'll play zone, they'll do full court traps or whatever, you know, to kind of throw you off as a team. But individually, they need to have more dynamic times as well, and adjustments within the game. So it can't just be like repetitive. Oh, they just played me loose for 3 minutes and then they played me tight for 2 minutes. It needs to be very randomized and dynamic depending on what you're getting off. If I'm shooting a lot of threes, they'll press me. They see me cutting a lot, they're going to start, playing back, all that. So that is number one. And that is one of the coolest things that I think can be done in the game, in my personal take. And now I want to take a moment to talk about something that I'm pretty damn good at, if I'm just going to pat my own back. And you can watch highlights from the very first week of the release of NBA 2K26 right here. As you can see, my meter dunks pretty damn good. If you look at a lot of these meter dunks are actually timed extremely well. It's not that I'm the greatest player or that I think I'm good or anything. They're pretty high up there. And what they said in recent history, and we're going to pause it right here, is that the meter was dynamic. They said that last year. And it is, right? If I go up for a dunk and it's all green and then you get in the way, it shrinks my meter. But that's it. It keeps it shrunk. Even if I get past you, like this guy's not in front of me anymore and my meter was still small. Luckily, as you see, I timed it well. But you see how small the green is? Luckily, I timed it so good. No matter how close he was, I was going to get the dunk. But not everybody can do that. There's times where I go up for a dunk and it's terrible, to be honest with you. And guess what? That's okay. I got to get better. But in the truth, the new system is going to make it so you have to meter dunk every time. You see, there's nobody there. I still greened it fair enough. It isn't perfect, but just like shooting a three, as long as you're within the green window, you're fine. And my issue isn't with this mechanic. It's the fact that they're saying it's going to be dynamic. Now, the dynamic reliability of me being alone, you see right here, there's 3 guys, but I mostly have the dunk already made. They're just there as intimidation. Nobody was literally stopping me in that play, for example, and I still got the dunk off. There are times it is reliable, and then there are times where it's not so good. As you can see right here, I'm wide open. I didn't time it too good, but it was close enough, right? So these are the kind of things that might change depending on, see, nobody was next to me, but I still timed it very, very well. It'll be hard to get a miss, even if you're on me, right? And this is where people get confused about this meter. It's not that, oh, I got to make every shot. The fact is, you need to time this better, brother. It's just like shooting a jumper. So I think this year is going to be special because it's going to highlight the best dunkers. You see right here, I'm just yamming on people. And again, I didn't time it well, but I had the lane and I got the dunk. And sometimes the speed is better, right? Like I'm just capable of getting open and getting those dunks. Then there's other times I just want to dunk on somebody. I don't care who's there. I'm just going in. And those are the times that are absolutely fun, where it's like, oh, can I dunk on this person? And you have to time it right. And to me, this new system can be very good or it can be terrible. If it's like last year, it's not so bad. Honestly, I looked at it like I have to meter dunk and time it perfect every time. Like, see how high that is? That's pretty high, even if somebody's right there. To me, that is the minimum. Like I should go higher than that and get full green, but it's decent enough to actually get the dunk. So that is where, in my opinion, people need to understand there's a difference in skill level. And you get it that high every time, because that's going to be the difference. And my thing is the dynamic nature of it, it might not be good. Let's just be real. Let's just call it spade a spade. But we're going to find out today. Not today, but very soon once they put that out. And so that's another thing you got to worry about and practice now. You got about a month before the new one comes out. Every single day, get out there and just get some dunks in. Don't worry about the green window. Just max it out. Full top of the shot every time, and you're going to be fine, in my opinion. And that's my advice, and that's what's going on. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about badges, and I don't want to kind of discourage you guys because there's too much to get into with badges, but we had 40 of them last year, 2K26. and they were pretty good. And I felt like it's better streamlined the way they set it up. You know, like for me personally, I don't need 200 badges. It's kind of ridiculous, and it kills the point of making a build in the right way. So personally, 40 badges was good. They upped it up to 53 of them, but they removed 6 as well as adding 19 new ones. So that is interesting. So it's basically 19 new ones, but removing 6. They haven't mentioned which 6 they removed, but I got a feeling we might see or know what that is as time goes on, because it's just some badges that it's like, okay, is that broken, or do they just want to change it? How will they make it right and affect the game in a positive or negative way? Personally, things for shooting, for example, right now people are doing builds where unfortunately they'll have a low 3, they'll have a high mid-range, and I'm one of the people, by the way, so when I say it, I'm not judging y'all, but we'll have a low 3-pointer and have a high midi, and what happens is it makes life so much easier because you have the badge. I have the badge on legend just because of my shooting. And that just makes everything easier for us, and it's not okay, and that's personally a problem 2K need to look into in general overall for us as players, viewers, whatever you want to, you know, call us and make it into. Personally, I don't think that's right. So people were mentioning making badges for 3-pointers and for mid-ranges so that it's more dynamic, and if you want to be a high 3-point shooter, you can't cheat game. So I don't mind that, and that's a great idea, and we've had that in the past and it kind of worked, so I don't see why not. And to be honest, the same thing is true for other badges that kind of defeat the purpose, right? And kind of like, okay, what is that doing in the game compared to the other badges? That's like, okay, well, we need more defensive badges. For example, there's more offensive badges that are more impactful than things for defense. And to be honest, they put out a wall up badge, and I think the second one, which is called Flash, also is very good for defense. And both of these enhance defense in a way. Wall up helps you with hands up defense, and then Flash actually is for transition defense and offense. Gonna help both sides, but it's still good, right? Like, your lockdown, you're gonna want it maxed out probably. It's interesting. We got to test it, of course, and we'll see as it goes. By the way, I'm kind of retiring from my original testing for leagues and stuff, so this is going to be more personal, and I'll use like 2K Labs and so on as a tool as well from them as we go forward for bigger tests, so I won't spend hundreds of hours just testing stuff by myself. I'm going to do in-game tests more so than just lab tests. All right, so just know that. But I've been doing that for years anyways, so locked in. So that is the kind of thing that I'm interested in, and that I think gameplay wise can play a big role for us. It might not be as impactful as I'm trying to like make it out to be at the moment. Might just be something simple, quick, that isn't as impactful as last year when it comes to the gameplay. All of these different mechanics that got introduced already just now and teased are exciting, right? And we need to see what that means. I don't like hyping y'all up and turning it into like, this is gonna be the greatest thing ever. I have a good time with it, man. I have fun with it regardless. That's just kind of how I do things, you know? If we're gonna go out and have a good night, I want to have a good night in my mind and in my heart and make it fun. I don't care where we go. We could just go down the block. We could just hang out in the parking lot. Let's make it a good time, baby. So for me, 2K, for example, another basketball game, they work really hard on this. There's a lot of mechanics, a lot of content in the game to enjoy, so don't get that twisted. And the truth is, we're in there. You know what I mean? We are in there. With that said, this was kind of my concerns and my thoughts about the current new information that's out there and what's possible The truth is, we don't know anything else other than watching this very quick 2-minute sizzle reel of clips, right? And Ja Morant dunk looks nasty. Of course, LeBron update being on the Philly, and Derrick Rose. Shout out to Derrick Rose, one of the greatest of all time in my personal take. But yeah, very fun stuff. I'm excited, and hopefully you guys are as well. Prepared with this video in mind of like, okay, these are some of the things, and I'm trying to educate a little bit and make it be known that sometimes we overhype these things, sometimes we underhype it. It's like, use this new tool or mechanic, or just lock in, you know what I'm saying? Have fun with it. Whatever the game offers, I'm gonna make the best of it, right? So that's the key. So lock in, let's do what it do. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Go check out the deep dive if you're into this video. All right, take care, stay blessed, peace.